We good? Hi, welcome to Roll for Bowl. I am GM Bin Competence, and my shirt is on the right side out, although unbuttoned, which is an improvement over 5 minutes ago. I am GM Bin Competence. This is a D&D actual play live stream as of this week, away from City of Mist. We just completed that a little bit ago. We are doing an adventure, an Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Speaking of which, say hello, Dragonlords.
Hello,
Hello,
Dragonlord.
Jin is back. We are glad to have her. We cannot discuss any of her top secret mission to assassinate several world powers.
I
Thankfully,
tried but failed.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Oh no, I should not have said that.
I vaguely recall seeing something in the news that would make this not funny, and I should go check Google after this. I'm gonna go look at the LA Times and find out whether we're canceled. So there's a little bit of a note that some people will appreciate, some people won't. This is a lot of techie nerdy stuff that we've been futzing with, but the short version is that we've improved our virtual tabletop that we use to depict on-screen actions, combat, and visuals and all of that. For the most part, this won't affect you guys too much, but I think Reed showed me what he's working on, the tech wizard, beautiful man. And if it flies the way that we expect it to, you should have a very cool, improved visual battle experience going ahead. So I'll try and throw you guys into a fight very soon. I don't know, maybe Lorius goes nuts.
Well, that's the kind of fight in bed, or?
Oh, that's a different fight. Yeah, that's true. So, sorry, I just suddenly got distracted. Like, what is Lorius like in bed? And I was like, whatever. And I'm like, I mean, we know good, but specifics. And I just started thinking about that. So, Ellie, I'm doing one last thing on your Foundry sheet. I don't think you'll even notice it, but I just assigned Callista to you. That doesn't really make that much of a difference. Okay. So, we are Odyssey of the Dragonlords. It is an epic Greek mythology tabletop RPG. The heroes... Wow, I haven't done this over a month. The heroes have been chosen by fate itself to prevent the end of days. See, over 500 years ago, or just about 500 years ago, the gods and titans battled for the fate of the peoples of the continent of Thylia. The battle ended in a truce, a begrudging, intense truce that they called, almost mockingly, the Oath of Peace. The Oath of Peace had an expiration date. Jin, how many more days left until the Oath of Peace is done?
13.
Less than 2 weeks. And as the players have been told repeatedly, the minute that the last day ends, that we hit midnight, we begin the final scene for the campaign. It is a huge scene, like it's gonna be like probably several sessions, but we are close to the finale. Our heroes have killed one of the titans, the Titan Lutheria, Titan of Dreams, which the book instructed me to bring back no matter how you kill her for the final battle, and I refuse, because that seems dickish. And our heroes have made their way to the Island of Fates to make good on a deal to collect a very important prize. Now I am going to roll for my players, and when I call on you, introduce yourself, your character, and you said it's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend, so something your character is grateful for. As I roll this, some of the players will notice a little fun thing, which is that you can hear when I secretly roll a die, but it doesn't tell you what or why.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate it.
Uh-huh. I think all of the changes that we made and all of the headaches I've done on the Reed and I've done on the tech for the last 2 weeks is worth it for the anxiety this is going to cost them.
Thanks, Reed.
Tammy, would you care to introduce yourself first?
I am Tammy, and I'm back
Yeah,
to
you are.
playing Kiki, the Triton barbarian fighter, in Odyssey of the Dragonlords. And I think that she would be extremely thankful for her new family. And old because she's found her mom again. And, well, dad's out cavorting like a pig, I guess, gallivanting terrorizing the countryside, but all in all,
Terrorizing the
she's
peasants,
got
yeah.
a pretty wonderful family.
Yeah. I love this. Let's roll one more. So you guys know I really am rolling for this. Allie, I'm gonna go customize my
Hi.
dice.
I'm Allie, and
Yeah, you are.
and my character is Callista, and she is a Thylian satyr, and she's a bard warlock multiclass. And I think she would be thankful. I mean, I feel like I want to steal Tammy's answer, but we're gonna go with thankful that Kyra was willing to bestow some of her power on her, however little in comparison.
Oh.
Your family's a lot more portable than mine at this moment.
Oh, portable. That's. I was like, what does she mean by that? Oh, portable family.
You're not wrong.
Reed, if you'd be so kind.
All right. I'm Reed. I'm the one that they're blaming for all this nonsense with the foundry. And I'm playing the human wizard Cleon, as you can see in the name tag below me. And thankful. I'm going to try to go with no duplicates here, so we're not going to go doubles. But I think Cleon would be thankful for Kiki.
Oh.
That's so sweet.
Because, it's his first real relationship that isn't just, platonic sex.
Well, there's some of that too.
I like this.
Given
I
that
got a
ancient
question.
Greece, that's platonic in every sense of the term.
Hey, I got a question for Tammy real fast, if that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why didn't you say you were grateful for Euphemian?
Because Euphemian is out of the picture, I'm grateful for Cleon.
Nice, fast.
God damn!
Thank you, Reed, for training me to be a little bit more on my toes. Pick up on shit like that.
So, what the players may notice now is that there's an option under your character sheet. If you click on your character sheet, don't worry about this audience. You will see on the top right corner of your character a little die that marks whether you're inspired, and Tammy will see that she has an inspiration on hers now.
Oh,
Yes.
But Ben, Reed
yes,
was the
ma'am.
first one who said that nice, sweet answer that he's thankful for Kiki.
Yeah, but
Or
it
is it
wasn't
because I got you?
It's because you got me, but I'm going to give each of you an inspiration right now while Jen tells us what she's introduces herself and Claren.
well, hello everybody. I think it's been a while, so in case you've forgotten, I am Jennifer. I play Karen, the wood elf monk Papow, uncle to Arcades and Ismene. Grateful.
Oh, I missed
I've
that.
been thinking for a bit, and honestly, I think he'd be grateful that his heart is open again. It's been so closed off for so many years, and over time with these lovely folk, he was able to actually open up and love and like and admit that he's okay with liking and loving people.
No,
He is
I was
gonna
gonna
say
say, not
shit.
that he'd ever tell us.
Oh, shouldn't say shit. But I think that's what he'd be grateful for. He'd be grateful that his heart is available again. So, yeah.
I like that a lot. I think Tammy, it says that you're still seeing the ship. Are you still seeing the ship?
What? What ship?
On-
yeah,
on-
there's a
on
ship
Foundry?
behind my stupid.
You
Big
shouldn't see that.
sheet?
So let me update it. You should see the.
That is so weird. It's not going to change if I have my sheet open.
It
Interesting.
should take you guys to. It should take you guys to the Island of Fates, which is
It's
where our-
loading and taking its
Mhm.
time to do that, but it's coming up top there.
Now
I found
I'm
out
on
why
the
it's doing.
ship again.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
God.
I'm going back to the ship too.
I'm on the
have
island
no
of the
idea.
Fates right now.
I have no idea why that is. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys all back on the landing page, and we're gonna
What
start
is
there.
this? New
So I found out why
technology,
this is.
people.
This is actually my fault because apparently, if you use PNGs and JPEGs instead of WebP, it changes the loading time, and this is all me. So that's my fault.
Don't take everything on, Ben. This is all good. It's fun. We're
Our
learning together.
heroes. I appreciate that. Our heroes are at the Island of the Fates to collect on a prize, and they have witnessed, I believe Crayorin, right, was the one who saw on the fabric, the tapestry, that there is a, oh, there we go. We're all here. There is a future in which Chelsea, the daughter of Sidon, was planning something involving the city of Mitros. The what was it? The heroes have gathered here, and I think what was I trying to say? The heroes have gathered here, and they brought Laureus, a lovable, loving satyr, along to speak with the Fates. And I think that's where we'll begin. Are you guys all ready to go?
Let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Tammy's mom asks whether the squirrel is still there. And I think that the whole crew is there. Squirrel did
Better
not
be.
die. I actually specifically had the squirrel set to die, just like I had Seema, and I couldn't kill either of them. I was in for them, and it didn't work out. They killed the villain of the campaign instead. Never punish your players as harder than you can stand to be punished. That's the lesson. Crayorin, you are standing in this room on the path to the dragon egg that you were to collect. You see this tapestry with Chelsea reaching out and appealing to other Empyreans, other gods, and other Empyreans, other peoples, possibly with an army pointed there. This could mean multiple things. It could mean that they are sending people there, that they're discussing it, that they already have. It could be some sort of maybe dream. There's a way that you could know, because you know how to manipulate the tapestry. You know how to interact with it. You could reach out and maybe touch it and see for yourself, but if you do, the Fates will know that you cheated, to have knowledge that you should not have. An egregious sin and transgression. To your left is the egg. It's your choice.
Well, I have the information. When I walk away, will I forget it?
You will not forget it, but like I said, it's open to interpretation. So you risk misunderstanding it without getting, unless you get a specific confirmation yourself by interacting with the strands of fate. It's kind of like hearing something out of context versus asking somebody to clarify. Hi, Jen. You took a month off. Have a campaign-altering choice as your opening action.
I go tear the tapestry down. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally going for that egg. Are you kidding? I'd love to, but Crayorin would be like, we'll let the smart people figure this out. I'm gonna go and get the egg. I was with somebody, wasn't I? Wasn't
Yeah.
I with Euphemian?
Cleon,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Cleon.
pardon. Oh, month off, and that's what happens. Okay, Cleon.
Cleon, I don't think Cleon saw this tapestry. I don't think I described it to him, but it's been a month. But, Cleon, what's going through your mind at this moment?
At the time being, I'm just thinking of ways that I could be a shit bag here, just to ruin their day.
What are you considering to ruin their day?
I'm considering casting. I think I've got it here. Let me just double check my spells since.
Oh boy, what's he gonna do when he comes for you?
Oh, dear God.
Kiki could probably answer that.
Oh, I betcha. I bet Tammy could answer that too.
Yeah, I'm tempted to do Tiny Servant, and just
Oh boy.
leave it there.
What's your intended effect here?
The intended effect is just to sort of wait 20 minutes for us to get off the island and then start just wrecking shit in their fates, in their holding space.
Oh no.
You- Do you what? Do you? I mean, let me rephrase my question better. What? You are welcome to do this if you would like.
Sounds
Um,
like the City of Mist and a little bit of the mythos of Loki has seeped into Reed.
That's right.
Yeah, it sounds like it has a little bit, huh? Yeah. I'm gonna do something
Imagine
with the
that.
screens, guys. Just ignore it for a second. So what do you want? Do you want to put the? Do you want to put your servant here? You absolutely can.
I just want to take a look here.
I can come back to you on this one.
No, I think we'll be good.
So you guys proceed to the egg. You see this metallic, silvery metallic dragon egg in this chamber of smooth stone and metal rock. Cold wind whipping through. You draw closer to it, and let me see 1 second. You draw closer to it, and it is incredibly cold here, freezing, and the egg previously had magics of whirling around and protecting it. Right now, you see that the wind is a little bit more. I don't want to say a little bit more calm, a little bit more navigable. It would still be almost hypothermic to put your hands in there, but it would be bearable.
So like real Canadian winters.
I've been watching the Great North, kind of like that, yeah. Who wants to grab it? If either of you.
I'll go for it. Unless Cleon, you want to go try getting it, I can just grab it.
No, you might as well get it.
All right. Here goes nothing.
What?
You what? You go and grab the egg. Jin, pick up or down?
Up.
What do you hope Seema becomes?
Oh, gosh. Hope she becomes a beautiful, confident woman who just has the world at her feet. Doesn't need anyone. Unless
What
she
do you hope
wants
becomes
to.
of you?
Oh, gee. Well, I think Cray would just want to make sure that whatever he does in his life, it'll be something that'll be good for the people around him. Doesn't matter what happens to him, as long as what he does is good for everybody else.
Do you feel alone?
Do I feel alone?
Yes.
No.
You feel coldness, isolation of winter almost infuse its way from your fingertips into your soul. And then when it subsides, you are holding this egg that has been suspended in time. You are holding this silver egg. It almost seems calling to you, almost seems having a conversation with you before it even is in this moment. Out of curiosity, you've seen the others have their dragons. You've described yourselves as an uncle to Arcades and Ismene. What part of you would want to raise a dragon yourself?
I think through all the stuff that's happened through his life, through Lutheria having it out for him from the beginning, having to leave his family, not having to rely on himself for so long, I think for him, if he could just be there for one person, one thing, so that they don't have to be alone like he was, I think that's what he'd like to do. Just help support someone, something.
I'm going to add this egg to your items. So you collect this. This is yours, and I believe you should now see it in your inventory, yes. Leon, you watch this. What's going through your mind right now?
I think just remembering all the things that, I've had with Arcades, retrieving the egg from, what was that, the volcano, I guess it was, that we got Arcades at, and then, or no, mine was the one given to us.
Mm-hmm.
And, watching him hatch and starting to grow older and develop personality and be the little weirdo that he is now.
They are little weirdos. They are little weirdos.
I cannot wait for Ben to have like dragon chatter.
I told you guys the sequel campaign takes place years later. Like, that's all I'm saying. You guys head out. You guys are you guys heading back then?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think I'd just take Cleon and just say, I got something to talk to you about when we get on the boat, okay?
Of course.
How do we hold on to this thing? It's scary. Like, I don't want to do anything to break it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I touch it and it's fragile. How do you deal with this anxiety?
Mostly you don't.
Oh, good.
You just learn to live with it.
Okay. Okay, I've got this. We got this. Yeah. There's this thing here. And how big is this egg? Is it like bigger than me? Like, is it?
It's like I don't know.
American football size.
Football.
Okay,
It's a
okay,
football.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
sitting here going, oh god, I hate giving measurements, but this is a genuinely relevant question. Oh god.
Okay, I can deal with that. I thought it
Football,
was like,
thank you.
bigger than me.
No. You guys head back, and in the other room, let's go back to a few minutes ago. In the other room, there's a little bit of a tense moment between granting more to the fates and arguing with Lorius and Kiana and Callista. But I think as this begins, Decima, one of the fates in the back, she'll go, Will you be sad when you see what happens next? And she turns and looks at all of you. And Loris goes, why? What happens next? And she goes, oh, I don't know. And she's holding up the tapestry. She goes, I don't see the future. I just see how much everybody is preparing and what everybody's doing. I've seen the forces that are in play. And I don't think that everybody's going to survive it. I don't think that they could. It might be hundreds. It might be thousands. But are you going to be sad, or are you going to just think that you did a really good job, as good a job as you could have? As she plucks at these and looks over at Callista and Kiki.
Are you going to be sad, or are you going to think you just did as good of a job as you could have?
Oh, I don't care, but I don't care what happens to them. But I know that you do.
It just seems like you're trying to, I don't know, manipulate us a little bit, and I'm kind of curious as to what your ulterior motive might be.
I just like it when people think about these things. They never do. People would be a lot sadder if they thought about what was going on. I like to remind them of that.
How do you know I'm not sad?
I know that you are. I know why you're sad. I know more about you than you do.
Well, that's probably true.
What about you, the princess? You're going to try and save a lot of people, and you're going to fail.
Why
How
do
does
you
that
care
hurt?
if you don't care about the outcome?
Do you want to know a secret?
I'm okay not knowing.
She shrugs and plays with the thread some more.
Tammy does. Kiki doesn't.
Well, Tammy doesn't get to know if Kiki doesn't find out.
I know! I know.
Is there anything you guys want to do at this moment?
I want to jot down a quick note to Bulbug using sending in my tome.
Mm-hmm.
Just telling him to keep the feral dragon away from Ismene. Or rather, keep Ismene away from the feral dragon. I don't really need him to get involved with the other dragon.
He's gonna send you a message that's gonna basically go, yeah, no, that's a given. Keeping feral dragons definitely a given. And that's the only message you're gonna get back right now. Is there anything that you two want to do?
No.
Can I look into the pit of like full of grub things?
Sure, absolutely. You look into this pit full of grub things. All of these large, look like maggots, but very large, like the size of maybe like a farm animal, like goat or pig or something like that,
Oh,
crawling
disgusting.
around, moaning, weeping, and you know that these are human souls that have decayed one way or another, and are, according to some sources, quite delicious.
Is there any indication of like who they used to be? Like, are there different faces or different features or anything distinguishing about them?
Roll a perception check.
Okay, let's try it. So my thing says 18.
Yes. 18. So at a perception check, 18 perception check, you could see on the fronts of them trace outlines of where they had faces that are fading away. If you look closely, you might be able to examine the faces, but you wouldn't be able to get too much from them. Is there something specific that you're looking for?
Oh no, I'm just curious. I'm entertaining myself. I'm
Hmm.
mostly trying to see if any of the fates have a reaction to me getting close.
No. No, not really. They're watching you, maybe tilting their head, looking to see what you'll do. Idle curiosity, but that's about it. Um, and what was it? Um, Lori just looks around and goes, "So it's a lovely place that you have here." And Granny Morta goes, "Thank you." You hear footsteps as Krarin and Cleon emerge from their path. Krarin holding this egg.
You see him walk in, and it's like, you guys know him well enough. He is anxious as fuck. He's like, he's like he's holding the most precious diamond. He just doesn't. Yeah, he's just like, I don't know what to do with this. This is the weirdest thing ever,
Mhm.
but it's cool.
I'm gonna drop it and break it.
Oh my god! If he could put a harness on it, if he could do a baby Bjorn for it, he'd totally do it right now.
I'm gonna get out my lute and I'm gonna play like a little like upbeat marching kind of style music in order to give Cray Bardic.
Excellent. Give Cray. Let me see if I can figure this out. I think there's a way to do this on here. Let me see how this works. I don't Bardic Inspiration. Let me see if I have this. Consume availability. Okay, so you can use it right there. I know that. I don't know how to give the Bardic Inspiration to Krarin on the sheet. We'll figure it out. But you do receive the Bardic Inspiration, and
When that happens,
you
I'll
guys have
kind
the.
of straightened up a little further because I just feel her words and music inspire me a little bit.
Mhm. Is there anything that you guys want to do here? Granny Morta looks at you and goes, "So, do you have what you were looking for?"
When I had my time there, I was helping out the fates, and Euphemia
Mhm.
would come and bring me food. But
Mhm.
did I ever have a chance to just have a grub?
Um, I think if you wanted to, you could. If you want to receive one now, you absolutely could. Did you want a grub?
Do I want a grub? No, I honestly don't. But I just thought it'd be shocking just to do it, just randomly. Just
Um,
when you go to somebody's house and you're like, get a little over comfortable in the house and you know it already. You kind of just start opening up all their drawers because you're like, I know where the cups are, I know where the
mhm,
things are. Kind of like that kind of vibe is what I want to do,
mhm.
but I don't know if I can do that. So
Yeah, I get you. You can go and just like you could. They're alive because you have to cut them open and eat, or cut them and eat them open and take off parts of them because they kind of die when you do that. There's not like there's bits of them lying around.
oh,
Um,
okay. So there isn't like a
I,
cupboard I could
I say
open.
this like how do you not visualize eating human souls the same way that I do, Jen? Obviously.
It's all in the
By the way,
mind's eye.
I did put a bardic inspiration on you. I think I figured this out.
Beautiful.
At least for this for right now. Um, but yeah. Uh, is there anything else that you guys want to do here? She looks at you and just says, "Is that?" She goes, "Are you satisfied with this?"
Hey, Granny M. Yeah, this is great.
Good. Uh, she goes, "My daughters find you a little unpleasant to be around, and one of
Oh, after all I've done for you all those days?
yes." Unless there's anything else you need, I think that our business here is concluded. Nona, one of the daughters says, "If you ever need a favor from us again, you know where to find us. But
And
we're not going to lower our prices." She says, referring to the horrible deals that they offer.
and if you ever need a sick day, you can try to call me, but my rates are double.
Um,
I
Nona
may not
looks at
be
you like
available.
Nona gives you this very like childish look when you say that. Um, Lorius goes. Well, I think that I've had as good a time here as I'm going to. So, um, if it's all right with you, I will be outside. Preferably someone would come with me. I hate to impose on you. It's just that, well, do you do this every time you go to an island? Do you see people like this each time?
Oh,
They're different everywhere.
glorious. Yeah.
These ones are special.
Just these ones are special, and Decima in the back just sort of like waves like this. And Granny Morta says, Laureus, just a moment before you go. And he goes, yes, my dear. And she says, she sort of walks over to him. By the way, I said Kyra's here, like sort of documenting everything, right? We read on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyra's writing on this, and she walks over to Laureus, and she puts a long, bony, frail hand, paper thin hand, on his chest as she walks by, and she says, the others, we've made them offers before, and they've declined because they want to remain incorruptible, whatever that means to a group of god killers. And Laureus just says, I stand by how they make their decisions. And she goes, yes, of course you do. You're very loyal, blah, blah, blah. The thing that strikes to me, Laureus, is that while they don't want to get their hands dirty, I know that there are people on their ship that would do anything to help them. People who have an undying love for them. And Kyra goes, Laureus wasn't part of this, Granny Mortar. And Granny Mortar goes, hush! We're speaking now, aren't we, Laureus? And Laureus sort of looks at her, concerned, a little uncomfortable, and he goes, I suppose. And she says, we make deals that we can offer people strength, knowledge, the power to surpass life and death. Your sweet Krayarin, your close friend, just gave up his ability to come back from the dead if the worst comes to worse. Isn't that right, Krayarin?
Yeah. As I'm trying to sidle over and try to get closer so I can interpose myself between them. I'll just come closer. I won't interpose until I notice something.
Yeah,
really
you're
bad.
carrying an egg, right? You got a baby with you.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm also like put it behind my back because I'm like, hey, you know.
Oh my god.
I'll kick your
If
ass with this one
these-
hand.
If these heroes ever really need help, just let us know. Because I'll help you if you just ask. My prices are very reasonable. Laureus goes,
We're all in the back going like, no.
Laureus will look at you guys. I think he's gonna look at Krayarin. Krayarin, what are you gonna do?
I'm shaking my head. Mm-mm.
Laureus goes, I don't think that that's necessary at this time. Thank you, though. That's sweet of you. And Granny Mortar says, you'd abandon them? You'd put their safety at risk so that you can also feel good about yourself? And Laureus looks at Kraven and goes,
Don't
It's
put
just
words
that-
in his mouth, Granny M. GM, we work together. Don't do that.
She looks at you and scowls, and Laureus goes, it's just that it's a very sweet offer. It's kind that you'd extend this to me. Except that, well, they don't want it. They don't want me to do that, and I'm not going to make that choice for them. I would do anything for them.
But I
Including
won't
respecting their choice
do
on this.
that.
Including respecting their choice on this, so... No, thank you. Granny Morta goes, "Oh, get off my island, you little rancid shit."
Love you
And
too,
there's her true
Granny
colors.
Remember, sick calls. My prices are now triple.
She just snarls at you. Are you guys leaving now or staying? She goes, "Yes, it's delightful." Are you guys gonna stay or are you guys gonna head out?
I'm heading
Out.
out.
Probably leave.
Grab Lorius by his hand.
You guys take Loris, you leave. And as you guys are leaving, you're walking down the cave, he goes, "Did I do it? Did I adventure?"
You
Oh.
most certainly did, Lorius, and you did it with such aplomb. You are amazing.
I didn't fight anything.
You
I-
did
I-
in your own
Words.
way. Believe
With
me.
words.
Maybe you
Um,
can grab one of those grub things and you can poke at it a little bit.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't think that's no, thank you. I appreciate the gesture, sweetheart, but no. No. You guys make your way out here. You can get on the ship if you would like to. It is your call. But if
Okay.
there's anything else,
I think we need to figure out where we're going next. But yeah.
Okay, you guys, there's this egg. I don't know how to hold it or take care of it or put anything. I just wanted to grab it and now it's like calling to me and I don't know what to do. Does somebody have a cloth?
it's amazing.
I can like put it on like a harness or something and hold it to my belly.
We've got
Right.
supplies on the
didn't-
ship.
Didn't
Okay.
Leon have something like that?
We had a
For
bag,
Arcades.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, I don't
backpack.
mind hand-me-downs. Those are the best for kids, honestly. You don't have to.
Um,
That would be lovely.
But I passed it on to Callista.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I'll
or
give it.
Ismail.
I'll give it to.
Oh, thank
I'll give it
gosh.
to Cray.
Is this how women feel? This is crazy. Oh.
Unless you've just shat that egg out, I doubt it.
I did not. Thank goodness. This thing's huge. Look at it.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
As Cookie
Um,
walks by Cray.
So, where do you, as you guys hear, you have to know, as you get on the ship, you have to plan where you're going next before you take off. So, my question to you guys is, having collected this egg on the way out, for the first time in a while, where do you guys want to go?
Mitros, I think.
I think
Yeah.
that was our next stop.
Sounds right to me.
We're not gonna go to the island of the Chimera or whatever? Or did we do that already?
We did that already.
You went to
we
the Island
did.
of Chimera, and
Oh,
so much happened.
Oh, right.
So
Yes,
much
yes,
happened.
yes, we did. Right. I remember
Jesus
now.
Christ, there was narrative.
Yeah. Fucking
Refresh our
Theoria.
memories, Ben.
There were 2 chimeras, and I made 2 homebrew fights, and it was fucking dangerous. And then you fought Lutheria, and the reason you had to fight Lutheria was because I was trying to avoid the fight, but I actually narrated one thing wrong that obligated me to make the fight possible. And did I tell you that?
yes.
Did I tell you that part?
So,
It doesn't sound
Oh.
familiar to me.
That sounds
So
familiar to
when
me.
you guys went to go fight Lutheria on that island, she was supposed to be an illusion, and it was supposed to be a bluff that she wasn't really there. And then Jin started like sexy saucy running her finger across the scythe of Lutheria, and
Yeah.
I indulged her and I described it.
Yep.
Which meant that she's physically there. So I had to retcon the whole thing. I had to subtly retcon the whole thing to actually be her and not an illusion spell. So that when the fight broke out, I was like, well, fuck, here we go. And then we've just been reeling from the aftermath of my bad ruling for like months now. You guys are off to the city of Mitros.
More than you might think.
What was that?
More than you might think.
I don't know what that means.
You said we're off.
Oh,
More than you might- yeah.
let me see here.
Ooh,
I
a
brought you
boy?
guys over
Reed
to
just proved
this.
it.
It says Kiki's not here and that the stream cam didn't come over here. Reed, I don't know why the stream cam doesn't come over. Wait, do you have the stream cam in a different tab? That might be sleeping or something?
Well, it's on my browser. It says that we're going to Ultra's upper deck, but it's 99%
Oh, there it is.
loaded. But
Oh, okay.
I'm still only seeing Island of the Fates as an option for me.
Same.
It says Euphemian and Kiki aren't online in the bottom left corner.
We're not?
It says you're not online
Oh.
in the bottom left corner.
Wait.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
Euphemian.
Cleon
Now
just got
Euphemian's
here.
back on.
Yeah.
And now
And
Kiki's back
Lost.
here.
We've lost
If you guys
connection
are-
to VTT and then Foundry VTT. Oh, that's fucking
All right.
weird.
Well,
Oh.
there we go. I don't know if it's timing out or what. I'll have to look at what's causing that. Sorry about this, guys. We're learning. One second.
I'm
Sean.
still only
Um,
seeing Island of the Fates as an option, though.
You should be on the ship. It's let me try this. And let me move you back over here.
There
This
we
should
go.
move you all here. And Kiki should load here shortly.
Yeah, loading up per deck.
The weird part about the Foundry thing is that if you're not currently connected, you can get out of sync with the updates. So I don't know why it's disconnecting you about how to do that. Sorry. You
Because
guys,
it's not the active window because I've got one screen, so I'm only looking at one
That's-
thing at a time.
that would definitely be what it is, and I'll have to figure out how to prevent that in the future.
Could we say while this is happening,
Mhm.
Callista is trying to outfit me with this
Sure.
with this baby dragon egg Bjorn?
Yep.
Bag.
Just like
Bag.
cinching it up, getting it in position, taking it in a ton in the chest. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, big time. And then like I'm trying to walk and I'm like walking backwards because like it's so heavy in the belly. It's just
This
hard
works.
to walk with it.
This works.
Technically, didn't Callista and Euphemian leave the egg in the in that box for the egg?
No, they
Busted
had
it.
it.
You'd be Okay, they never complained about it being heavy, Crayer, and smarten up.
Listen, okay.
Damn.
Listen, Kiki, I'd like to see you carry Starlight in your belly.
Mm.
I'm carrying how many pounds of all y'all's shit on my back every
you
day?
decided to do that.
Is this as you guys are getting on board the
Yes.
the ship right
Yes.
now?
Yes. Like
You
getting on the
guys-
ship, getting on there, yeah. Getting all
You guys are just getting on there, and you see
Family
the
bickering.
Yeah.
you see the whole crew, and as you guys are fighting, Bulbug you see your Bulbug up there, and he goes, "What exactly happened over there?" And Kyra says, "Oh, the Fates played a trick on them, and now they're all at war with each other." And he goes, "What?" And she goes, "No, they're just being petty."
Oh, do
You
I have
guys
to
can-
put, like a can? Oh, I don't have a cantrip. What am I talking about? I'm a monk. I thought we could do something like change her hair color or something. She's part of the
You
family
guys-
too.
You guys come on, and you hear this galloping on the ship, these steps, and then you see this centaur with these fresh flowers around her neck like a necklace, like a leg, comes over, and she just picks up Laureus, and she goes, "My dear, I missed you so much," and she picks him and doesn't really twirl him, but like swings him around, and he holds her back, and he goes, "Nessa, my dear, I missed you every minute." And he kisses her all over the face, and she just like giggles, and she goes, "You were gone how long?" And she goes, "How long has it been?" And he goes, "Minutes, my dear, at least minutes, maybe an hour." And she goes, "Catch me up on everything." And he goes, "I will." And she just sort of holds him over the side, and he climbs over on her back and just like begins like describing the last hour while she just sort of goes and sort of trots along the side of the ship, along the edge of the ship.
Like the best golden retriever, but way better.
Yeah. And that's how you describe a bride.
I missed you guys so much.
It's good to have you back, Jen. It is good to have you back. I'm canceled. So, you guys, get up there, and, yeah. So, is anything you guys want to do on board the ship, or is it, set sail?
Well, should we break the scythe now or when we get to Mitros?
Might as well do it now. I don't see any particular use to waiting.
Ira sort of sits down next to you, like sits on her knees, like in like this very prim position, and she goes, "If you break it later, then we can spend the next 3 days speculating what it will be like, and we can write down all of our theories, and then we can compare them to what really happened, and then it could be a lot of good time to discuss it. But also, you've been waiting your whole life, so maybe now."
I think maybe. Well, I was just thinking maybe at a time when I'm not exhausted would maybe be good.
You want to do it tomorrow, Callista?
Well, we won't be to Mitros for 2 days, so maybe when we get there and I can take this potion and not be exhausted anymore.
You
Yeah.
don't plan on playing the harp, do you? While we're going to Mitros?
Oh, I had assumed I was going to, since we're so tight on time.
I mean, Cal, this is your family. It's your choice. We support you whatever you do. Whatever you want.
Okay, can we do it now then?
Definitely do it now.
Kiki, will you help me?
Absolutely. Bullbag!
Bulba goes, "Yeah," and he comes over, and he just sort of marches over, and he goes, "What do you need from me?"
We're releasing Callista's family. Do you want to hold the scythe or do you want to do the swing?
He goes, "Well, he goes, I mean, I want to break it, but I think she's earned the honor, so I'll hold it."
I can't. It's gonna have to be one of you.
He goes, "Sure you
Then-
can. You just grab a rock or like a hammer or something. Just smash it. Be great."
Here, we'll put it on the deck of the ship. You can use
I'm
your
not.
hooves.
I don't want to hurt the ship. Tammy is being paranoid. I don't want to do anything to hurt the ship. Bad enough,
Mhm.
there might be pieces of this crystal that will go flying, and then we're all gonna get it stuck in our feet and whatnot. But I was wanting to have somebody hold it, and then the other person swing their axe for it. So either I hold it and Bullbug swings, or Bullbug holds it and I'll swing it.
He'll hold it. He is declining to be the one to break it. One
Cal,
second.
did you want to kind of hold... If Bullbug is holding the scythe and you have your hands around his hands?
No, that's okay. I'll just be here for when whatever happens.
Okay.
Allie, I need you to check your private messages real fast for no suspicious reason.
Okay.
Cleon,
That's a
listen, later. I saw something in the tapestry. I don't know what it meant, but when we have a minute, let's have a chat about it, eh? I'm not smart enough for this kind of stuff.
All right.
You, what was it? Bulbug is holding the scythe. Kiki, you're gonna try and break it. Is that correct?
Bardic.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Kiki, tell me what weapon you're using, and then give me an attack roll for that weapon.
I
On
wanna give-
Foundry, what's up?
I want to give Kiki Bardic first.
All right, Kiki, you all barred it up and shit. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Before you to use a weapon, you double click on your character, go to inventory, click on that weapon, and it'll expand, and then you just roll standard roll, attack, damage. You choose whichever one you want to roll, and then it'll go from there. If that is giving you guff, let me know.
Well, what's the difference between standard roll, attack roll?
I think standard roll just gives you, like, let me show you in the chat. Standard roll just gives you all of the options, like it puts it in the chat window so that everybody can click it. Attack roll just skips to the part where you're attacking, and then, damage is calculating damage.
Okay, so then do I just hit attack roll for
Yeah,
it?
sure, just hit attack.
And
And then
normal.
just normal roll, and then, Jesus
Whoa,
fucking Christ!
You crit!
Oh! Wow,
Holy
that was a surprise.
mother!
So, I don't know if it showed up on the stream. So, it not only did crit, but Tammy apparently has a special effect on her dice that whenever she rolls a crit, the dice, like, shoots off these glitter and fireworks. So, we're going to go with that. Do you want to use your Bardic Inspiration?
Well, I don't want to give it too much. I don't want to hurt her family.
Yeah, if you roll 32, you're fine. If you roll a 36, you kill her family.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine with that natural 20. I'm leaving it at that.
You swing this at a 30. Smash this open. As you do, the light bursts out of this and breaks out and spills out like 1,000 years of sun were stored inside, illuminating almost everything that Callista can see until everything else is frozen in time. Everyone else, I don't want to say frozen in time, I want to say that they're moving so slowly that, like, Cleon blinking, you could see it taking like seconds for a blink. Everything is moving slowly, light, and you feel something tight gripping the back of your legs. And you hear this voice that says, "Hi, Callie." And letting go behind you, you'd see your little brother, Jace. Of course his name is Jace. You've known that. You've known his name is Jace. You've known the games that you've played, and you've known that you've grown up together. You've known the adventures and the secrets, and the moments of bullying and the moments of supportiveness. And he looks at you and says, "You're real big. You're really cool." And you hear this voice that says, "Yes, she's become quite amazing." You hear Tullus, your father, walk over and put his head on Jace's hair. And you hear another voice that says, "She can do anything. I told you she could do anything." And Tullus goes, "Yes, I know." And she goes, yes, but when you said you thought that she could do anything, like maybe she could go to a good school. I meant that she could do anything." And your mother Nephilim looks at you and says, "You know that's what I meant, right? When I said that you can do anything?" I meant that you could do anything. And I was right. And Jace says, we saw everything.
Everything?
It was so cool. It was so cool. Were you at the Great Games? Was that you with the...
Yeah, that was me.
The chills. God damn it,
And
man.
Tolis says, you've grown up incredibly. You're amazing. And Nephili says, your mother Nephili just says, it's okay. So maybe I didn't know you'd be that special, but you've done so much, and you're gonna do a lot more. Jace says, you have your own ship. You're going to different places. You have a dragon.
I do have a dragon.
He goes, that's so cool. He goes, I want a dragon.
Maybe one day.
And Tolis, your dad, goes, we'll see about the dragon.
Do you want to meet her?
He goes, yeah. And he turns to go, and he's going to just immediately run downstairs on the ship. Again, like
Wait.
everything's well, he turns around and goes, well, I've been waiting.
I need to give you
Oh.
something.
What?
Here, and then I'm gonna press. Let me see what kind of like gemstones I have. I will press an alexandrite into his hand.
I want to see the dragon. And he comes over and he takes the alexandrite.
Give her this. Give her this. I promise. You'll be happy you did.
Okay. Is that everything?
That's everything. Go say hi.
Okay. And he runs down. And your mother turns to you and she goes, okay, so we should probably, we have a lot of questions right now. Are you really marrying a goddess and a minotaur, a champion,
Well,
an
we're not.
Olympian?
I mean, we're not getting married, but I am.
Well, I mean, what are
dating
you doing?
them?
She slaps your shoulder. She goes, they're nice. Get married. What are you waiting for? Of course, sweetheart. I miss you too. And she gives you this big hug.
Can't get married without you guys.
And Father Toll says, we've been here. We're going to keep being here.
I just want to hug them both at the same time.
They hug you for a long time. They hold you. Jace runs back up. There are 2 dragons! Comes up. And a mean one. What was it? And Tullus, your father, says, Lutheria figured out a long time ago what you were destined for. And she came to us, to all of us. And Mitros made a choice. She snipped our threads from fate, from destiny, hid them here, so that you existed without a family, so that you could exist, but that she couldn't kill your family or hurt any of them.
Did you know?
When
You know what was happening?
we knew that we heard Mitros's voice and we knew it was hers, saying that she was sorry and she was caring for us. And then it felt like it was dreaming. And Nephili goes, oh, it was the worst dream. And Tola says that it took us a while to figure out that we were in her scythe. And Nephili goes, honestly, why a scythe? And Tola goes, because it's the last place she'd look. And Nephili goes, all right, fine. Tola says, when she cut us from everything, it means that the fates didn't really know everything about us, and it meant that she didn't. She cut us so out of the threads of destiny that she forgot she did it. It was to keep your family safe and to make sure that you were safe. And Nephili goes, we were always watching. And Tola says, yeah. And we know that whatever comes next, you're going to take care of that too. And even if the worst comes to worst and something happens to you, we still love you and we're still proud of how far you've gone. Okay?
Harkis runs by.
Nephili Nephili slaps Tolus's shoulder and goes, what's going to happen to her? She's made it this far. What's going to happen to her? And he goes, I just want her to know. She goes, well, stop. You're jinxing it. Just, she goes, you're jinxing it. And just be nice. You don't have to be sad. Just let the time we have be nice, okay?
What do you mean?
Do you see? You've upset her. Nephili says to Tolus. And Tolus goes, sweetie, it took us a while to understand what was going on. But Mitros did cut us from fate. That's not stitched back in.
I mean, what the fates could probably fix it, right?
Would you... And Nephili goes, you're dragging this out. And she goes, the magics that the gods use to resurrect people bind souls back to bodies. Sweetie, we don't have bodies. As far as fate's concerned, we never did. And Tola says, well, we did. We look like this. And he sort of stands and turns. And I won't bother mentioning how they look because, Callista, in the back of your mind, they look like how you've always imagined them. And Nephili says, okay, but the important thing is, little Olive, we're not leaving you. Okay?
Okay.
We're still here. And I don't mean any of that metaphorical stuff. I know that you do stories, and I'm very proud of your stories. But I mean, like, we're here. And she points at what's left of the scythe.
Oh.
She goes, we're going to stay here with you, okay?
Okay.
And she comes over and she pulls you in and she goes, that's my girl. We're so proud of you. And Jace comes back and runs up and just hugs you again around the legs and just says, I'm glad I got to see you again.
Me too. You're
Um,
smaller than I remember.
He goes, you're bigger than I remember.
Did she like the stone?
He goes, she might. Remember, everything's moving slow, so like she
Oh.
hasn't even processed that she has the stone yet. And Tola says, "Oh, there we go. The Photos family is together again. That's good." And Netflix goes, "Oh, that's right. Your last name is Photos." And she kisses you on the head. Your dad hugs you. Little brother hugs you. And you see Nephili starting to tear up. Her eyes starting to turn red in that way where you don't want to admit that you're crying. And she goes, "Okay, well, this can only last a little while, just as long as the lights are spreading out. So, if there's anything else you want to say, now's the time.
I wish
If
all
you
my
want to,
friends could meet.
your friends are amazing. Really good. Tell the Crayoran one to lighten up now and then."
I'll tell him you
Um,
said so.
Tola says that Euphemian one is really clever.
Yeah,
And
no.
Nephili goes, "Are you gonna embarrass us in this one time we have? His name is Cleon now." And Tolis goes, "Okay, I'm trying to keep track of that. I'm trying to learn to that."
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Jace says, "How do I want to put this?" Says, he goes, "Tell the princess that she's really pretty. Okay?
Okay. I'll make sure she knows you think she's really pretty.
Don't make it gross. Don't make it gross, I guess."
It won't make it weird.
Okay.
Totally normal. I think she knows that she's really pretty, but I'll make sure that she knows that.
And Nephili goes, "Okay, well, if we're doing this, we're going to do it right. Everybody come here." And they pull you in for a family hug with a photos reunion. The spelling of the name is Fotos, just to be clear. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to highlight Kiki when I said that, but there you go. They hold you, and you feel the warmth around them until the light fades away.
I love you.
We know. We love you too. When this fades away, you feel yourself holding what's left the hilt of Lutheria's staff. And you hear Jace, your little brother, go, "We're not going to let anything bad happen to you." Callista, as you return to this point in time, you now have the Rod of Absorption, which is the hilt of Lutheria's blade. This can absorb spells that are targeting you. And your family will help you to turn them back on any force that would do you harm. You are back in this reality.
Oh,
For
thanks
everyone else,
again.
this has just been a couple seconds.
So, what's happening? Like,
You guys
why?
just see Calista crying.
I just immediately go up and rush and hug her. I'm like, so, what happened?
Did it
It's
not
just
work?
like this. Yes.
It worked.
Like,
It worked. I got to talk to them.
Kiki's
they're
not
not.
like this. Kiki's not crying.
They're not.
Mm.
They couldn't stay. I mean, they're here, and I'm gonna hold up the rod, but they couldn't stay to meet you guys. They wanted me to tell you stuff, though.
Do you want to talk about this now? You need a rest?
No, we can talk about it. My mom said you need to lighten up.
Oh, pish posh.
Cleon, my dad likes you. He thinks you're really smart.
Obviously, he's got impeccable taste.
I know. That's what I told him. Kiki, my brother, thinks you're really pretty. He wanted to make sure you knew.
Oh, that is
He's
so
about-
adorable.
This big, and I'll just like hold my hand up.
I think
That's
I'm putting
adorable.
Jace at like 10, at like
Yeah.
the exact age when you can articulate women is pretty without really being able to examine that thought further.
Perfect.
I just hold
Mother.
Callista.
Mother, the boat has given me a gift, Mother. It is well received. You hear this voice in your head.
That's from my brother.
You don't have a brother, but I will cherish this anyway.
Okay.
I appreciate your kind lies.
What
Are
do
you
you
guys
need,
sure you don't need me to
Callista?
play?
You do what you need to do for you, Callista. What do you want us to do for you? You want to go hang out with Bullbug and Kyra?
We can take an
I wanna
extra
s-
day.
I think I want to sleep for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's been a long time since I really slept. So I'll just excuse myself.
Bulbug's like, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't. He goes, yeah, I don't need excuses with you guys. I'm just gonna go make sure Callie sleeps well. And he's just gonna go downstairs.
Kyra, what do you think of all that?
Did she say she got to talk to all of them and we missed it?
I know, right? Like, what the heck?
I mean, I'm glad for her. I hope it went all right. I'm really glad for her. She has to tell me everything afterwards, but I mean, normally I can notice things happening really fast. She pulls out like a new scroll. She goes, I have so many questions later. I think as Kyra starts to make notes about what her family said about each of you, the ship sails towards Mitros. It'll take 3 days to get there. Callista sleeps. Bulbug watches over her. Kyra takes a lot of notes. And the group journeys on.
At one
Although
point,
it's a little...
At one point in the middle of the night, Callista just kind of like shoots up and sends Kyra a message using the message spell that just says, I have a last name.
You hear her run downstairs so fucking fast. And she goes, if you have a last name, that means you have a backstory, and that means you might have a prequel. Grandparents, I need to know everything. She goes, give me details.
It's photos. I'll tell you the rest when I'm done sleeping, but I just need you to know.
She runs upstairs and she says to Craven and Kiki and Cleon, she looks at all of you guys and goes,
Yes.
it's photos. It's photos.
What's photos?
What's like?
What is
It's
that?
photos.
Is
And
that
she
like
just,
a
like-
new type of image or?
No, it's photos. And she like
It
leaves.
means
She, like,
light.
yes. And she throws the scrolls, her bag onto the floor, and it spills out with these scrolls. And she starts making all kinds of notes. And then like, she does like a sending spell, and you see her like close her eyes and go, Okay, I've asked Valis everything about the Photos family line. I'll report back. And she just starts making all of these notes.
I still don't know what photos means, guys.
Who's-
Callista's last name. She has a last name. She has a family. Her name is Photos. Callista Photos.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh,
Thank you.
why did you say that?
Yeah.
This could have been so much faster if you just said all the words instead of the first third of a sentence.
Oh, explaining yourself is hard. Who said I'm good at words? And she's just going to start writing everything down. I think, even though it's a little earlier than expected, given our late start, this does feel like the break point. I will see you guys in 15 minutes. We'll reconvene. If anybody has anything, let me know. But if you're watching, thank you. You're beautiful. We love you, and we'll see you very soon.
See you in a
Go
bit.
for your noses too.
Back in 15.
Yeah.
And that's what happened on One Piece. You're not caught up. Tammy, I am so sorry. I regret everything for all
I
of
thought
you
you were gonna say
wonderful
nothing.
people.
I regret nothing.
We are back. We see that a couple more people piled in. We're glad that you're here. Fatima, hello.
Hello, everybody.
There is a question in the chat as to whether Callista's pseudo-dead family saw her bang a minotaur. So let me just get ahead of that before the YouTube videos start rolling in. I don't want to be a trending on TikTok. I never want to be trending on TikTok. So let me just answer this right now. Jace said you saw everything. They saw anything that Lutheria would have seen in her spine. Because they were basically effectively looking over her shoulder. And they would see anything that Lutheria would have seen about you, since Lutheria did not watch you bang a minotaur, which she would have loved to. She just never made time for it. That never came up. Oh my god, Lutheria would have totally watched if she knew it was happening. I have terrible villains.
She'd
I
be
just
like,
have
That's not why, but it's a good thing that Chandris we waited on Chandris until after Lutheria, because he was like an acolyte or whatever, right?
Lutheria just watching Chandris absolutely going to town on Callista going, oh, Chandris! Okay.
Oh, that guy. Oh, okay.
That guy.
Got it.
With the, okay.
Seeing that reminds me.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That is like, you ever tell a dick joke that needs like 30 episodes of context to make sense?
this is pretty much it.
Yeah. Fatima, what you missed is what we'll summarize. The heroes finished their deal with the Fates, grabbed their silver egg. The Fates tried to tempt Lorius, who basically stayed loyal to the heroes. They all went on the ship. Callista has broken Lutheria's scythe, and in doing so, released the spirits and souls of her family. In what was only about 2 seconds of real time, but stretched out for minutes to Callista, she got to see her family again before the souls went from being held in limbo in Lutheria's scythe to being peacefully at rest in the hilt of the scythe, which now which has now been transformed into the rod of absorption for the heroes, for Callista. They're still here. They're still watching, and they're still proud. I'm just going to keep twisting. I'm not going to stop. The heroes are traveling to Mitros, and as I told them during the break, normally I give you guys an event between the islands, but for various reasons, including the fact that you guys just got back from a month break and all of that, I'm going to let you guys just get to Mitros without facing any beasts. I was really tempted to pull out the strongest water beast I have in the campaign here and just see what happens. But I'm gonna hold off on that.
Is it a kraken?
It might
Don't
be.
answer. Don't answer that.
Okay, I won't confirm it's a kraken. Um, you guys, this book is so unbalanced. Oh god, this book is so unbalanced, and it keeps like coming. There's like several chapters in here that have like a thing. It's like, if this happens, there's a kraken. If this happens, there's a kraken. I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. What's and then I flip to the stats of a kraken. I'm like, no, I like my campaigns running, thank you. And so I just like, if you've ever seen them,
Okay, now I gotta look it up.
yeah, I'll pull it up right now. The heroes, it is CR 23, has 472 hit points, and can just create a lightning storm as an action.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It can create a lightning storm that does 4d10 damage to 3 targets as a legendary action.
Oh my god. Well, you have
Anyway.
absorb elements now. 2 of you do.
Anyway, that's in my holster, so keep an eye out for that.
Question, Ben.
Yes, ma'am.
Just looking at my character sheet on Foundry, you know when you go to your inventory and you're looking at your actions, you've got your actions, but then if you click to look for bonus action that's completely blank, it says sections empty, unlock the sheet to edit, same with reaction. Do you know if that's
You don't
a
have
normal
any. You
thing?
don't have any items that are designed to. You don't have any items that are
Oh, that's
designed to be
just
used as bonus
item.
actions. Yes.
Okay.
Under your features, you can see your actions and bonus actions there, as other things that are not items.
That's where it is. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you for clarifying.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Oh, I just got a subscription gift as a bonus. Thank you. I have
Woohoo!
theories as to who this is, but thank you for the gift sub. You're very pretty, whoever you are.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good looking, Jen. So,
Who, me? I didn't do
the-
anything.
then I did not hit on you. Okay, so the heroes. You canceled so many times this stream.
Oh my goodness. So many.
The heroes are sailing. Do you guys want to tell your whole crew where you're going, or are you just sitting there? I ask because some people might have comments on the trip, but I need to make sure that they would, know about such a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that
Yeah.
we're gonna
Mhm.
let it be known. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
that anybody's going to be surprised when all of a sudden, hey, that's Mitros.
That's fair.
Do the rest of us know that Cleon sent the message to Chelsea to meet up in Mitros?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No.
I wrote it down, but I didn't know if we all knew. So, okay, fair.
Ben wasn't sure about that. Ben's got to check his notes. I'm a good storyteller. You guys settle on. Let me do a show. Let's do the show of hands poll. Show of hands. Who was good with closing out the first day? If your hands down, I assume you have something you want to do.
We're
Every-
closing out. So up means
Closing.
good.
Up
Nothing
means
to
up
do.
means done.
Okay.
Up means done.
Okay.
Okay. Kreia Rin, what do you want to do?
So after the great big flashbang that for us, we don't really know what happened. And Cal just looked at
Oh,
his
the
officer
scythe,
and
not
went
Lori,
down.
not Chandra's and Bulldog. Sorry, go on.
Well, that big bang too. I I go and find Cleon and I say, "Oh, I was tempted, Cleon. I was tempted to touch that tapestry and learn more. But all I remember is seeing a boar and a tall tower with tall people, and a woman is speaking to these tall people and was holding a symbol for the city of Mitros. And I see all these ships behind her. It was something that happened really recently. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Empyreans. I don't know if something is going on, but it feels ominous to me. And I couldn't touch those threads. We had other things to do. If GM figured out I was touching those threads, she'd throw a hissy fit.
Well,
5 minutes from now on the Islands of Fate, Granny Mortar goes, yes, I would have. Um, go ahead.
I mean, I suppose discretion is probably the better part of valor here. It could be that we've got only part of the story from that. It's also possible
Oh,
that whatever's going to happen is going to happen regardless of any meddling.
I just think we got to watch our back. I mean, we always got to, I know, but I mean, these are like almost gods, aren't they?
Something like that. More than
Yeah.
your average person, but less than Sidon or Lutheria or anything like that. I
Yeah,
certainly
and
don't think it's
Lutheria.
something that we're likely to be able to take in a straight up one-on-one fight.
Ugh, no doubt.
But on
Well,
the other hand, we have managed to take out Lutheria, which
Mm,
may mean
sorry.
that we're able to take on the Empyreans, as a
yeah,
group.
that's what I'm worried about. If they ever like try to divide and conquer, we're screwed.
Well, I don't feel particularly divided at the time being.
Yeah.
I have arranged to speak with Chelsea when we're in Mitros.
Wait, you're not doing this by yourself, are you?
I was planning on taking Kiki.
That's still dividing and conquering.
It's more dinner.
Oh, oh, oh. Should I bring Seema? Are we doing like a triple date? Like, wait, what are we doing?
I just want to talk with her. It seems like the whole time that we've had any kind of interaction with her, it's always been through the context of what her father is doing.
Mm.
It could be that she's entirely reasonable. It
Mm.
doesn't seem likely, but if we can avoid all of this simply by asking nicely,
She doesn't seem well. You know what? I know you don't want. I might just be there before you don't even know it. I might just be there. Just maybe having a date with Seema. Maybe.
do you really want to bring Seema into what could potentially put her in the line of fire?
It's just a date, right?
And if it turns out to be something more than that,
You've never had a bad date.
I'll you know what? We'll just do the whole entire thing where someone like does a messaging spell. She'll say it's going awful and then she has to leave. It's kind of like one of those things.
if needs be, you can be just hidden around the corner, ready to spring into action if I send a sending spell. I can do that sort of thing. I'm very
Okay.
talented.
You are very clever, I know. Listen, I'll do that. I have my little C. I'm here and I'm gone. Or no, the opposite way. I'm here and I'm gone. I'm here and I'm gone. See? I was using the
Yes.
cloak. I actually had a cloak. Oh no, it works with a hood. Sorry. So I was doing
Like playing peekaboo with a baby.
this.
I,
but
I I know you're still there.
but you can't see me. But yeah,
Mm.
I can do that. I mean, I'm sure Chelsea will know if I was like invisible or not, but I'll just hide in the rafters or something. I don't know.
I thought the point of that thing was that it was supposed to keep you safe even from the prying eyes of the Titans.
Yeah, well, hopefully, as long as, they don't examine too closely. But I can be hiding in the corner. I don't want you to. I don't. You're not going to see them alone. Sorry,
I'm
Femian.
planning to bring Kiki.
You're not gonna see Chelsea alone. Even if I have to eat dinner by myself, it'll be just fine.
What were the air quotes there? Is that a
I was
euphemism? Eating dinner by yourself?
well, sometimes you just gotta do things all
I
alone.
do not need to. This is entirely too much information.
Okay, listen, you tried to help me find a woman, and I found one, or she found me.
I think that's more likely.
Yeah, yeah. I need to lighten up. Apparently, am I that? I come on, I'm not that bad now.
You
I used to be.
uh,
Okay, fine.
just like
Let's go get a drink.
we don't have a bar on the Dryad.
I still have some wine.
Count me in.
And the two go to get a drink. Callista, can you hit me with what you want to be doing right now?
I just wanted to attune to the rod of absorption at some point during the evening.
You attune and you I think some of my groups know this. I don't know when I change it for you guys. Let me put it this way. I really liked how tuning was done in the D&D movie, and I want to make a tuning more of an experience in my games. Because I think that was... The D&D movie changed a lot, but I think that was the one thing that they like flat out got better than the book. I'm like, yeah. You attune to this, and some thoughts go through your head, waiting. Less to tell me. Who or what are you fighting for?
Now I'm fighting family.
And
People I love.
anybody else? There's not a right or wrong answer here. I just want the full answer.
I think if Cal really dug down into it, I think she would have to kind of admit to herself that she's also sort of fighting for everybody who can't fight for themselves. So all of the innocents who'd be hurt on both sides.
Lista, who's fighting for you?
Friends.
And
Bulldog.
there's no right or wrong answer. I just want the full answer.
Family. In their own way.
As you fight for countless people, there are countless people ready to fight for you or already fighting for you. And 3 of them are with you right now as you attune to this staff. It is yours.
Question.
However,
Oh no.
you can only have 3 things attuned at once, and you already have a couple things attuned. So, do you want me to take out this boreal harp, or what are you feeling?
I was gonna do while I'm on the ship. I was gonna take off the short bow.
Okay. Let's take that off and put the rod on. You have that all very attuned to you.
Does red mean on or off?
I think red means attuned.
Okay. Perfect. And then follow-up question about the rod.
Mhm.
It says that when you become attuned to it, I can't see the whole thing right now, but
Mhm.
when you become attuned to it, you can see how many levels have already been absorbed of the 50 it can do total. 3. Okay. Thank you. And does it have any currently?
No, it has 3 stored.
Oh, it has 3 stored, and it's only ever had 3 stored.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no!
Hit
How
the ground
dare
running,
you?
Olive.
Okay,
I shall
thank you.
break you with vegetable names, such as my GMing. Is there anything else that you want to do right now? Allie, is there anything else you want to do right
No,
now?
thank you.
1 second. Show of hands, doing check. You guys get to close of the day? Uh, um, so what was I going to say? So you guys are sailing along. Kiki, your mother is Ophia is going to basically pull you aside when you're up on the ship one time, and she goes, "Hey, can I, Kiana, can I talk to you for a minute?"
Mhm. Sure.
And she sort of motions you over the side of the ship as she's watching you guys sail across the ocean. She goes, "So we're really going back to Mitros."
Yeah, we are. For sure. Got a couple little things we want to try to get done, and now seems as good a time as any. Probably the best time given what's coming up.
Yeah. I need to ask you a favor.
Of course, anything.
I would like it if you would take some time to introduce your mother to Valis.
Absolutely.
Thanks. I just think there's some things that we need to talk about. Well, there's just something I want to say to her.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I can make it happen.
You doing okay?
Yeah, um, I'm a little bit bummed. I don't know exactly what happened with Callista's family. Just saw a blinding flash, so I'm a little concerned about her because after I could see again, she looked a little upset, and then she went off to sleep or whatever. And well, we've got the end of the world coming up, and we've got another dragon egg, and it seems like a little bit, a little bit, a lot right now. Yeah.
I don't think it's because Calista will talk about that when she's ready, I think. I hope. Just, but I don't think it's going to be the end. I don't know, it might be. But it's going to be a change. One way or another, we're never going back.
Well, definitely can't
But,
go back to the way that it was. So, I mean, let's
you know,
try to make it better. And if not, well, then we'll fucking go down in a blaze of glory.
I don't know that what was before is what we want to go back to. I mean, there was a lot wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Words might have failed me right now. That's what I meant to say.
I have been doing nothing but trying to impress a dragon for the last several decades. I have almost no social skills at this point. If you need me to suck up to an elder being, I can do that. If you need absolutely anything else,
Well, if it's not too much of a sore topic for you, how did you manage that for all that time.
Ixia, the thing about dragons is that they can be bitter and hold on to things for a long time, and they can stay fixated in one thought for a while. And I was just, I just told her what she wanted to hear. I told her how much everything terrible about Pythor. I pretended to hate Pythor. I pretended to resent him, and I talked about everything wrong with him. And she found that amusing. When she found out that Pythor maybe took another lover, I would insult them. I guess I basically became her court jester, which didn't feel great, but
You
I
do
got
what
good
you
at
do.
talking.
You do
Yeah.
what you got to do to survive.
I think the I think that the worst part was after a while it started to feel a little bit more, well, I don't know if I started to believe it more or if I started to sort of let go of the idea that I didn't believe it. No one came to help. Listen, it's complicated. I don't want to drag you into that. Let's just say that over the years, it actually got easier to come up with things to say, not harder.
Well, for what it's worth, I cannot even imagine being able to say those things about someone that you love. Like saying those horrible things. I don't know how you did it, but you're fucking strong.
Yeah, well, if I'm strong, that's been passed on. I I have to go. I'm gonna go talk to Chandris about something, but I will see you later.
All right.
You have a good night. And
You
she
too.
leads herself away. And if there's nothing else, Jen, will you count us down to the last dozen days?
Oh,
You
oh God.
okay, Kiki?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I just realized how close we are to the
Mhm.
end. Oh my God.
It's like, oh man, did the chair go again?
No, I'm still sitting here. Oh man, that's
All
that's
right,
that's kind of
12
getting scary.
days. Right? 12 days, y'all.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um, it is day 2. I have things that I want to do, but a show of hands, who is already ready to click done for the day as far as their personal activities? All of you fuckers have something? 100% of you fuckers.
We
Every
always
fucker.
do.
Okay, I'm gonna
Every
roll.
last one.
I'm gonna roll, and then one of them is the thing that I had in mind. So it might be one of you 4, or it might be the thing that I have in mind. It is Reed. By the way, guys, there is a dice theme in Foundry called Thylian Bronze.
Yes.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. It's
Beautiful.
Look at that shit. Those of you on the chat can't see it, but if these fuckers get in a fight, you'll see it and you'll be like, what? That was totally worth 2 weeks of tech support and all kinds of problems and $50 and all other subscription fees. Yeah. Reed, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm just gonna go punch Cray right in the face.
Yes, roll for initiative. Do it. Do it. Do it.
No, I'm going to actually go speak with Kiki.
Okay. Kiki, where are you at the moment?
Still be up on. Wait, was that yesterday that I talked to my mom? Was that still today? I'll be on the deck of the boat.
I mean, you've got
Sure.
really limited kind of options. You're up or you're down.
Yep. I mean, I could be swimming too. But no, I'll be just on the deck of the boat. I can't close my character sheet. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Anyway, hi.
So, we're on our way back to Mitros.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I thought maybe I should tell you before we got there. How
So,
how would you like to go for supper with Chelsea?
Come again?
Well, I may have um invited her to to have a conversation.
Like you're setting me up kind of like on a blind date with her?
Well, no, not just you. Just I would like the honor of your company, if I may. When we get to Mitros, we'll go and
Hmm.
see if we can talk Chelsea off a cliff.
Well, that could certainly prove interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. So what do you have in mind? What's the game plan? What are we trying to get her to agree to or not agree to?
Well, I'm still hoping, in my mind, that we can sort of manage an exchange where if she can speak to Pythor, or sorry, on to Sidon on our behalf, she's concerned about us just killing Sidon, which is her meal ticket. If we can convince her that actually we don't particularly want to kill Sidon, we just want him to declare peace and set this whole thing up for, another 500 years or so, then she can take Sidon and do with him as he will.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I mean, there's nothing to do but to ask. And since she seems to actually like you,
Oh God, I know. You've not heard her. I don't know how I could pretend to be enjoying myself.
well,
Oh, well, I'm glad you're going to be there.
you enjoy my company. Just,
I do.
act like me.
Mm.
what?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Charismatic, sociable, you know, outgoing.
I mean, I'm usually okay until someone pisses me off and then I want to chop them up.
Well, we're going to try to skip that this time.
Hmm.
But,
Absolutely. For you, I could even leave my axe at home.
no, absolutely not. But at least wear it on your back for the time being.
Okay. All right. I'll make the most of this evening. This outing. It better be good food, at least.
It will be for the fans.
Darling,
Um,
I don't know any restaurants that don't serve good food.
mm,
Mm. Well, you must have had some
smoothly.
extra ins than I didn't, cause some of it was just passable.
Darling, I can show you the world.
Mm. Fade to black.
Let's. We're fading to black, motherfucker. All right, all right. We are going to
It's a different type of dinner.
fine dining. Okay, Callista. What did you want to? I'm sorry to the audience.
We're not. It's okay.
No, right. We're not.
Um,
They know what they signed up for.
That's right.
yeah.
Keep coming back.
Allie, what did you want to do?
At some point, I figured I would gather like at least, you know, the three of them and Kyra, and then anyone else who wanted to hear about it, and kind of go over just what happened in that moment. So, kind of describe, what my family looks like and what they said and how they sounded and just kind of everything that happened in that brief like stretch of time. And I would make sure that Ismene was with me so that she could at least hear it, even if she doesn't believe me. And just
She
make
would
sure
believe
that
you. She would believe you after a little bit. Keep
okay.
going.
And just make sure that everybody was kind of up to speed when, Cal's not actively crying. But I think she would probably leave out the "they're nice, get married" part.
I'm a paladin now. I can facilitate that.
Hey, ceremony.
Kyra is just writing down everything. And she just seems like really, really happy and just making all kinds of little notes. And then like I think at one point she like looks like she's writing a little bit, and then like she's asking you a lot of questions about them and about what they look like and everything. And then at one point she holds up this scroll and it's like a sketch of like their three faces, and she's like holds it and she goes, "Okay, how did I do?" And it is, I will tell you right now, it is extremely accurate.
Bang on. Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, well I just need to make a copy of this. And she goes, I'll just do one of these. And she starts drawing like really fast. She goes, "This one will be for you. Just give me a minute." And she's just writing this down.
I'm just gonna
Is
give
there
her a
any
kiss on the cheek.
She just smiles as she draws. Is there anything anybody else wants to do at this moment?
They had mentioned that they have souls but no bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't seem like an insurmountable problem.
Yes, I just don't know. Question of, can we fix something that was done by Mitros to specifically circumnavigate fates themselves? Seems kind of.
Yeah, Reed, hit me with your thoughts on this, my guy. Because I just built up for like what, according to 89 sessions of explanation as to how they can never ever come back, and Reed's response is, "Oh, is that all?" So let's talk about this.
Well, I mean,
You
I'm just
audacious
thinking
bitch. Please continue.
from the scale of high-level wizard.
Yeah,
Building
fair.
bodies is not the be-all, end-all of, what magic can do. It's beyond me right now.
Mhm.
But there are spells like Wish and True Resurrection that could potentially get around that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fuck it.
I'm not gonna hold my breath, but.
What's the order status or the tracking status of my god rod? On that note.
How many days away?
What is it, the luck blade or the staff of incredible punchiness?
Oh, sorry, it was the luck blade one that we went with. I
Mhm.
don't know why I wanted to call it the god rod.
I don't remember the days, but I'm pretty sure that by the time if you travel on foot to the forge, it'll probably be done by then. I could double check, but that feels right.
Okay, ballpark is good enough for me.
Oh my god, I just realized something about the schedule. I have
What
a
did you
weird
mess
question
up?
that I have. No, I didn't. I didn't. I have to ask a question. You guys said how like it was hitting you that this like we're nearing the end. The fact that I even have to ask this question just made it hit me for the first time the way that I think it's been hitting you guys. Are you guys not going to go back out to sea again before the end of days?
I think there's a distinct possibility, unless something weird happens in between now and, end of days.
We have
Yeah.
technically enough time, maybe, to
For one
squeeze
more
in one
adventure.
more.
You guys
But
have
that
time for
might be
one.
it.
you guys have time for one more adventure or a lot of prep time,
Yep.
and you have to choose.
Yep.
I think it just
Jesus
depends on if
Christ.
we have to go to Chelsea or not.
Yeah, it depends on what happens with Chelsea, I guess.
Jesus Christ, we're really near the end here.
But we're not
Holy
done yet.
fuckblade. Okay, wow, okay. So, please continue. I am so sorry. You were plotting. Please continue to plot.
Could you imagine if
That
we
was-
hit the end of days on episode 100?
That
Oh,
would
wow.
be fucking
All
amazing.
the more reason to drag it out. Rush it, depending on how things go.
Yeah. Well, next session will be 90, so it's only 10 episodes away, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be 10 days when we get to Mitros, too.
Yep. It's all coming
Yeah.
together, just like we planned it, just like how it was written.
It's all scripted.
That's right. Nothing comes from our heads at all. The crying, totally not real.
Oh God, we're that good.
Great actor.
That's right.
Well, that was it for me. I just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page.
I'm just gonna
Alright, yeah.
catch Callie up on my plan as well, just so that she is not the only one left out who does not know.
It's like, when everybody
Well-
going for dinner? Why am I by myself?
Yeah. Yeah. You know how to get in touch with me.
Put your lips
Kiki
together and blow.
Ah,
Oh, sorry. It's a movie quote.
We all know that. It just thinks it's funny.
Not everything's about fellatio. Okay, go on.
Well,
Kiki will just offhandedly say to Cleon, "I'm like, do you think it was a good idea to say that to tell Cray about that?
What's the worst that can happen?
It's Cray. God love Cray, but it's Cray. Okay, it'll be a fun evening. Looking forward to it.
I want people to be aware of what's going on. I don't want anybody to accuse me of double dealing or acting behind your back. But at the same time, if something happens, I will also want to be able to call on you and not have to explain it on the way.
I'll just reach over and give him a kiss.
doll.
Jesus Christ, we're in the end game. I
Yeah,
think
but we've got a
Tammy.
whole half of a campaign to go after that, so.
Yeah. I mean, I can't emphasize enough that that's a sequel, so it does feel like this is the end. But still, okay. Tammy, did you do what you want to do? Something else you want to do?
There is something I wanted to do. I wanted to go to see Callista and basically check in on her, make sure everything is good. And then I wanted to see if she has any of those little birds messages,
Mhm.
because I'd like to request like a private audience with Versi once we do arrive.
Yeah.
Valis?
Alice, fuck. Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me what you want to say, and I can write it in, like, what is it? It's not code. What is it called? It's not level spell.
Like encrypt it?
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to remember what the spell is called.
Encode message or something like that?
Something like that.
It's
I
writing. It's illusional text or something.
illusory spell.
text.
Yeah,
Um,
so that just she could read it. I don't know if it's a secret or not, but
well, it's my mom who wants to actually meet up with her, and it probably I don't know if there was bad blood between them or what exactly, but she's the one who requested to talk with Valis. So I don't know if it's something good or bad, and I don't know if I should tell her right off the bat that it's Ophia that also is requesting to see her.
well, with Valis, I mean, I don't know if you even fool her about something like that, but maybe in writing. I don't know. I probably would hold off for if it were me, so that she can't say no.
Okay, just that. Yep. Then that I would like to have a quick word in private with her at the first moment that is convenient to her.
Okay. I will use illusory script to write that on one of the birds, and then I will give it to Kiki to release whenever she is ready.
You want
We'll
to release it
probably
now
get
or
to the
later?
city faster than it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend doing it when arrive personally.
Okay, then I shall
Mhm.
do that.
Hello, we got some new viewers. Hello, Sailor Knick-Knack. Hello, your party of 4. We're glad you're here. We do D&D stream. We like talking to players during the stream, or audience during the stream, so feel free to ask any questions, say whatever you want. We're glad you're here. I believe, Jin, is there anything that you wanted to do right now?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. I'm gonna go a few things. I'm gonna go and find Laureus,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Uh,
sell.
you
Yeah.
find him, and he is with Nessa, and they are just talking, and they kind of seem a little bit more somber than usual. But they look at you. They both immediately light up, and um, and Nessa goes, "Oh, hi,
Hi, you
hi,
two.
Karen."
How are you doing?
She goes, "We're doing well. We're all right. It's lovely. It's a beautiful day outside." She is sitting inside inside the ship. And Laureus just says, what was it? You're typing as whoever you are clicked on right now. You can unselect people. It's not a big deal. But what was it? Laureus says, we're doing well. We're just discussing some plans and figuring out some things with my love.
Oh,
How
yeah,
are you? Yeah.
doing okay. Is there anything I can help you out with?
And Laureus looks over at Nessa and she goes, "Go on, sweetheart, be brave." And he goes, "Well, it's just that, well, I mean, I know that I've gone adventuring with you. I know that you have some time ahead, some works ahead, and with everything that happened so fast with my bride and all," and Nessa just sort of blushes and strokes his hair. He goes, "Well, it's just that, well, we haven't had a chance to have a honeymoon, and
Oh,
we were kind of thinking." And Nessa goes, "I've never seen the city." Um, and he goes, "It's beautiful." And she goes, "It's really as wonderful as you said. It's got the gardens." He goes, "Yes, the gardens and the baths and she lists off like the university." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, gardens and baths, it sounds great." And he turns to Crane. He says, "So we were thinking that for a time, for a time, maybe we might step aside from the Dryad for a
oh,
few
of
days."
course. I mean, I think I speak on well, all of our behalfs when we say we love you and appreciate everything you've done. And it's time for you guys to go and have some fun and, have your honeymoon. I mean, you should let the others know, of course.
Of course. Um, of course.
But
And
yeah, I mean, but remember, keep on your guard. Those fates, I don't trust them. Just,
I don't trust them either. And Nessa says, "My sweetheart," she goes, "My groom told me everything that they said, and it just sounds unpleasant. I don't want
eh,
anything to do with them. I don't want to deal with
they're
any people that are gross."
Yeah, there's something all right. That's for sure. But just, just enjoy the city, have a wonderful time. And you know what? Here. And I'll go and press into Laura his hands 100 gold. And I'll say, go and enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful time. And just say this is my wedding gift to you. And I'll take out the 100 GP when I remember. I don't know where my keyboard went.
And he takes this and he looks at this and he takes your hands. As he put the pockets up, he takes your hands and he just looks at you and he just kisses you on the forehead. And he just says, "Thank you for having the heart that you have, Craven. It's a good one."
Well, Laureus, it's not like I showed you the best of me at all in the
You did.
beginning. Yeah. Well, that was something else or other, but you know what? You're good folk. Thank you.
I appreciate you
Speaking
as
of
well.
which,
Yes.
I was hoping, since we're heading over to Mitros, I have a very important question to ask a little lovely lady of mine. But I can't
Oh,
do it without what I gave you. So,
yes, I will. We'll make sure to take care of that. I'll have that ready for you.
yeah.
And Nessa goes, "Oh, have what ready?" And he goes, "Something special, my dear." And she goes, "Oh, a surprise? I love surprises." And he goes,
Surprises are fun.
"This one's going to be something wonderful. I'll have this ready. If you need anything help, any other help, you let me know."
Thanks, Laureus. I'll probably just take it from you when we get off the boat.
Um, he smiles and nods. Is there anything else you want to say?
I just give him a big hug. And I give Nessa a hug too.
You give them both a hug. Glorious gives you this big hug, like just like family that doesn't want to let go. And Nessa just gives you like this warm bear hug of like squeezing the life out of you kind of thing.
Oh, you're
Um,
strong, Nessa. Oh,
he goes,
oh.
"Thanks." As you head out and leave, you hear Nessa go to Lorius, "So, why did he give you rocks?" And we will cut. Um, we will cut. Show of hands. Who's ready to close out the day? Oh Jesus, this is gonna hurt to say. Let me get. Jin, can you please cut us down to 11 days?
You
Less than.
guys. Oh my god, it's going so fast.
And that
Okay.
was what I was gonna do in my scene. Craven and Nessa asking their honeymoon. I said this to Ali a while ago, but the thing that hurts me most about this campaign is having to admit to myself that there are times when the characters would just write themselves out because that's where the characters are going. And I'm like, yeah, they
Yep.
would want to go. I hate this.
It's time. God, guys, that number is getting lower and lower.
It is the next day. Kiana, you have not sent that message, correct?
Not yet.
Over this day, by the way, people that prepare spells, which I believe is just currently Reed in this campaign, you can go to your spell book on Foundry and you can click to filter by prepared. All of your spells that are prepared are highlighted, but also if you reveal everything, you can just click the book symbol to toggle on and off what's prepared. I don't know if you've seen that. It's lovely.
No, because I was looking to how to change my spells, and I don't see any other spells.
So over on you see the columns at the top where all action, bonus action, reaction, everything.
Yeah.
Prepared will be filled in. You see it's darker.
Yeah.
Click on that,
Okay.
and now you'll see all of the spells ever. and then the ones that are highlighted are the ones you have prepared. And you can click books to unprepare them. Do you want me to send you a screenshot of what I'm talking about?
Something changed in between me going from one to the other, and I went from having 17 spells to 9.
Whoops.
Well, that's not right. Let me set that up for you real fast. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sending you a screenshot of what I messed up, but you can still see it. In this moment, Chandris. Let me roll a die for this. Chandris is going to go up to Euphemian on the second day, or I guess it's one more day after this, right? Is going to come up to him, and Chandris is going to come up to Cleon, sorry, and say, "So, what's the plan?"
Well, I think the first step is we're going to go to pick up some ordered goods from the forge.
Hmm.
After that, I think the next idea might be to go actually see if we can find the second bull. Or the second boar, that is.
Really? Is if you find it, are you going to he gives you like this sort of dark look. Are you going to kill it?
I have been debating that. I suppose I'm hoping against hope that there's some kind of way of distinguishing the two, better than just a coin flip.
He goes, "That would be nice. Yes, that would be helpful. But honestly, even if you can't, you might just need to make the choice."
I'm aware. One god against the welfare and the good of who knows how many people? The calculus seems to do itself.
And it just says, and he says, "You know, when things get truly terrible here, you're going to have to do a lot more of that calculus. There's going to be moments when a great many lives are on the line. But you've always had a plan, haven't you? And if you haven't, you've been very good at convincing me otherwise."
Less a plan, more targeted improvisation.
Are you worried at all?
I'd be lying if I said no. Why the hell couldn't it have been Valis that got turned into a pig? That would be much easier. At least I like
Would it?
Pythor.
Why do you dislike Valis?
I'm sorry, is that an actual question?
I find her a little comforting in her own way. I don't have much affection for the gods overall, but she doesn't put on airs of trying to be likable. Doesn't need to be liked.
I would
She
say
just does
she
what she
puts on a
does.
fair number of airs. Being competent, for one.
Is that really how you feel?
Honestly, I feel
We
like
should-
I'm about the only person that I can be honest to this with, but yes. Look at the way that Stygian Row exists in Mitros. This is a city that's literally governed by a goddess. Yes, she's got a mortal under her dresses, but the fact of the matter is that she's supposed to be the wisest, the greatest, the fairest of all. And yet there's still this much suffering that happens.
We should have been having these conversations for a long time. Yes. That's true.
Kyra at least makes no particular claims of rulership or anything such as that. And Pythor, well,
Ithor just
Polish
revealed his
drunk,
true
but-
self a while ago. And he says, then why are you working with them? In fact, why did we not commiserate over this sooner? Did you care for them and that's faded, or did you never like them?
I like Pythor well enough as a person, and Kyra too. Valus, though. I suppose at some level it's always been... You've been indoctrinated to respect the queen, respect the gods, but... It seems more and more like the gods are less and less on our sides. "500 years cut down to 60 days because they've done nothing. We've done more in the last 2 weeks than they had in the 500 years previous."
It's funny, isn't it? When you say God, it's supposed to inspire this thought. This is the thing that happens on the mainland. They say God like it's some honorific, like it's some title that they've earned, that they have claimed. It's just power. It just means they're powerful. And that's the thing, that's the issue. The Titans, well, the thing that I liked about Lutheria is that she didn't seem to have any delusions about what she was. She wanted our bestiality, our carnality, our real self. Now, she turned out to be a little bit, I didn't fully understand her, I suppose. But the gods caused all of this by thinking themselves important. Can you imagine how much different the world would be if one day after this oath was sworn, they said that we made a promise we can't keep, we need your help? If they had been as honest, you and I hated each other for far too long for you to feel this way. We could have been talking about this.
I feel like part of it is just things have been crystallizing in my mind. Speak with Ophir, speak with Lutheria. There's a certain clarity to it that's developing.
So you're going to credit Ophia and Lutheria for your insight. Is there no one else you want to add to that list?
Oh, I suppose there's some credit due to you as well. I just
You
feel like
know, mhm.
the power of magic. It is just power, after all.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Have you ever given a thought to what you would do in that position?
If I were a god,
Or sufficiently powerful to pose as one?
I think that I think that I have slightly. I think most of the time I liked where I was with Etheria, so I didn't think about it too much. But I think that if I were a god, I'd find a beautiful hill. I would set up my shrine there. And I would drink and lay with anybody that came there to worship. And he points at you and goes, would mind my own fucking business. Which I think which means I wouldn't be invited to the Pantheon.
I would
What
imagine you
about
have
you?
a fair bit more fun.
Yes, I would. Because when you overthink these things and put on these grandiose titles, that you stop having fun.
I've given some thought to it, I have to admit. I'd like to make everything good and fair and make everyone live in peace and make it so no one ever has to suffer again, but I'm not certain that's possible. But it seems like, at the very least, to deliver some kind of righteous vengeance upon those who have so righteously squandered all of everything that they have.
You would punish, and you would reward, and you would gift, and you would win the world.
And I'd be exactly the same as every one of those sons of bitches that came before me.
Well, then it's a good thing I'm nowhere near you on a hill somewhere, having the time of my life. Don't get too much power, Cleon. But hopefully I'll get just enough. Reed, is there anything else you want to say or do in this scene?
No, I think we'll
Mm.
leave it there.
Show of hands, who's ready to go to the next day and arrive in Mitros? Yeah, Jen, is there anything you want to do?
I want to do a quick message to Seema
What do you want to
and
send her?
say something, message to say, I'm coming home. Don't know how long we have, but I'd really like to see you. By the way, how are you with kids?
Did you pick one up on your trip? You're bringing it home? Kinda.
Kinda.
Wait, which kid? What is he talking about? I'm
Talking
Yeah.
about the
confused.
egg, but
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't know that yet.
She sends you back a message that says, I'll meet you when you arrive. I have I have an idea. I can either close this out now with a couple things, or I have a scene that I want to do, but I'd have to rush to it a little bit. Are you guys okay with me describing something that happens when you get to Mitros, or is that too much of a jump ahead?
No, I'd be good with that.
Nope. Yeah.
Tammy, are you sending your bird to Valis?
Yep.
I would like to discuss the scene when Ophia gets to the palace. Is that okay?
Okay.
You can say no. You can say no,
Yeah.
because
No,
if you
no,
want to...
no. No, yeah. Yeah, let's go. No,
So
yeah,
let me cut ahead
no.
a little bit. Let me go through this for a couple minutes more. The ship pulls into Mitros, and as it pulls in, no one really knew that you guys were coming, but the Dryad's been discussed and told. And in like the 30 minutes or so it takes for the ship to go from being on the horizon to in the dock, there is absolute revelry by the time you guys get there. The heroes of Thylia are home. And there is cheering, and there are people that want to see you and celebrate you. There is a quiet, reserved, and stoic woman in a green dress, in a slight green dress, standing there looking up and sees Krarin and smiles and holds up her hand. There are a few Minotaurs that are excited. There's Nessa and Laureus throwing flower petals over the side in celebration, with no real explanation as to where the flower petals come from. We can presume it's some form of prestidigitation that Nessa has, but she's never really clarified. There's a panicked squirrel. There are professors, there are champions, there are people from the bars that you've been to. You are hailed, and you are bombarded, and you are adored. As you land and weigh, well, metaphorically, weigh anchor for what might be the last time in this part of this campaign. And more than cheered and more than adored, you are home. For those that would consider this home. I will cut to each of you in the next session and figure out what you guys are doing in the downtime. As you get to the palace, show of hands, who's going to the palace with Kiana?
I would not have kept it secret.
Okay, as everyone's going to the palace, with Ophia, Chandris. Chandris would go there too. Chandris, Kyra, and Ophia would go there, I think, would be the list. We'll do more for Nessa and Laureus too, I promise. They're not just suddenly gone. You guys arrive. You did not tell her that Ophia would be here, correct? You just said you wanted to talk to her, right?
Yep.
When you get there, all of the what was it? When you get there, when you arrive, the I think that Valis is being literally sewn into another dress. Like people are stitching a dress onto her, and it's like this sort of sky cerulean blue, a little bit of a tease here, and just like very like form fitting and things like that, and just also she's looking at documents and everything, and just explaining, going, yes, we have the resources for this. No, we cannot do that. And she's like discussing business while they are just like doing her up for what's probably her third look for the day. And another another pair of guards are taking away her other dress to be archived. And she turns and she goes, "Oh yes, Kiana, I received your missive. I didn't believe that there was anything that we need to discuss, but you've certainly earned the right to schedule a meeting if you'd like to. What would you That will be all. She says to her attendants as she looks at Ophia. And they look at each other confused for a moment. And she goes, I understand that it's atypical, but I also firmly believe that I did not misspeak. And they all they fucking bolt from the room. And she looks and she goes, Ophia, you're here. I'm glad that you're well. And Ophia says, yes. She goes, yes, I'm fine, dear sister. Thank you for asking. And Val says, I don't imagine. She goes, I imagine that you think that we have a lot to discuss, and I sympathize with that. It is, however, a busy time. I can make some time for you. Kiana, was this what you decided to put on my doorstep?
I thought it might be a good idea for you to see that your sister is alive and well. I thought you might care about that. Because she is family after all, isn't she?
Just don't understand why you couldn't have informed me before.
Okay. Mom
And
wants
Ophia
to
goes,
see you.
I'm sorry. Did my daughter catch you off guard by not telling you everything? And Valis looks at her and just sort of, I am glad that you're well. I apologize for seeming curt or impersonal. We have affairs going on. I'm sure that your daughter and her friends, allies, have caught you up on the emergency that we're facing here.
Of course,
But
dear Ophia, it's not as though she can see everywhere at once.
I apologize for my misgivings. We can have a conversation if you'd like. I imagine you have a lot of things that you want to say. And Ophia says, I've thought about a lot of things that I want to say for a while. Some of which I'm not going to say in front of my daughter. And
Oh, don't hold back on my account.
Valis goes, no, please don't hold back, but do consider carefully. And Ophia goes, yeah, no, I considered carefully, so I just had 4 words I wanted to say to you. And then we can talk about that and we'll be done. Is that okay, my goddess? And Val says, I don't know if the microphone picks up the sharp inhale she just did with her nose, but she just goes, and what 4 words are those that you've picked so carefully over this ride back? And Ophia goes, I claim my right. And that's where we're going to end this session.
What?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, I fucking got chills. What? Oh.
The fuck, man?
No, 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 no. Not a whole week, Ben.
It's gonna get messy and Mitros.
I'm
And
sorry.
it's 90
Are we supposed to
episodes.
believe that that Ophia is gonna be the queen of Mitros and Pythor's the king of Astoria? And Kiki's a double princess.
That is, oh my god, crazy.
It's gonna
Is
get a lot.
Valis gonna get what she deserves?
Oh my god, a whole
Valis
week.
is doing a lot. It's great to see you all again. I just listen.
Double bastard tonight, Ben.
Once I
Hey, as long
realized,
as this didn't happen after a whole month that was gone. Could
That's
you
so
imagine?
true.
Oh,
once I realized that Ophia was gonna say that line, I was like, okay, hell or high water. The session ends on that line.
Yep.
yep. I
I'm
claim
All
my
so
right.
glad
right.
you did.
That was the best.
So we're back next week as we head into the finale. I believe I have the time right. Jen set it to 10 days. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We are in the last 10 days. Less than a week and a half.
Almost single digits.
That's like
Single
2
You guys-
digit.
working weeks.
with the dragon egg, because there's like a roll on how long it takes to hatch.
Yeah.
There is a legit chance that you guys might have run out of time to accomplish everything. Referring just to the egg, you know what I mean? Like it might not hatch before the finale. Like we have hit the point where like we're actually running out of time for certain activities. Jesus Christ.
Whee!
Well, follow, like, comment, subscribe, and obey. I saw that Fatima and Tammy's mom gave gifts to the heroes. We're going to keep track of those. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Thank you. You guys
Thank
have a great night, and
you.
I'll see you all next week.
Thanks, everybody. We
See
missed
you.
you.
Bye.
See you all next week.
Bye.
Bring me back.
Bye.